Hi, good morning. In today's session, we're going to discuss about the application development using Streamlit. I used for web development, I used Streamlit. For reading the data from a table, I used Snowflake data frames. And then for calculations, right, for computations, I used the SQL. Now, before going to the hit rate calculator, I want to say what is mean by hit rate, why you need this application in the market right now. All we're going to discuss one by one. Now, if you take DaaS project, DaaS means data as a service project. Okay, like many websites will be for every products. Like if you take Amazon, right, so many products will be there. If you take Flipkart, so many e-commerce, its application, so many products will be there. The websites have to maintain the performance. If multiple users access the same website, still the server should not degrade its performance. The web server should not degrade the performance. Still, it has to maintain the acceptable level. Now, if today like 10 lakh users are accessing the same website, it's giving the response. Tomorrow, 20 lakh people access the same website, the performance should not get degraded. Okay. For that, we are going to build an application called hit rate calculator. Hit rate is nothing but how many visits happened to the particular website. In each pages, how many hits were happened. Hits means the web crawlers. Web crawlers means you are the web crawlers. Okay, you will go to the websites and try to get some products, right? You are the web crawlers. The web crawlers state how much time in each pages, how much hits were happened in that particular domain, and each pages how many hits were happened. We want going to derive all these things in an application, because as a client, they can't go and write some SQL queries to get those all those informations. For this, we have to build one application. In the application, you have to give the domain name. Okay, and then you have to give the politeness policy. I will discuss the politeness policy later. We have to provide the domain name. If you have the domain called amazon.in, or I can put amazon.com. If I give submit, what happens? It will give the results for you. What results will in the sense for June month, how many visits will happen for June month?
Sir, 2 point,
43?
almost
2.43 billion.
2.5 billion.
2.4 billion, sir.
Billion. Okay, this much visits will happen in April month. 2.30 billion hits will happen. Hits. Okay, the x is nothing but month. Y is nothing but total estimated visits. Okay, how much web crawlers have access to website? Web crawlers means nothing but you are the guys. Okay, you just go and type in Google and search on some products and go to the corresponding websites and get the products. You are the web crawlers, and then now you can see the bar graph as well as you can see the hit rate. Now you can see some huge numbers, right? 6, 3, 8, 9, 27, 22.025. Now around 63.9 million were accessing this domain. We're accessing this domain. Okay, it's giving the total count 69.39 million. Good. Now, if you give some other websites, if I try to give some Flipkart, right? Flipkart won't be available in the data. Just I will check. If you give submit. Now you can see this for Flipkart. Okay. Now you can see 193 million, and then 170 million, and then 177 million, and January month 212 million. And then you can see approximately 3.79 million. Though it's a DaaS project. DaaS stands for data as a service.
data as a service.
Because this Flipkart and as well as Amazon, okay, if you what will happen is someone buy the products, they will write some customer feedbacks, and then some ratings they will provide it. All kind of data they will collect, and then they will put into some store in the sense some data warehouse, and then they will do all kind of sentimental analysis. Which feedback is positive, which feedback is negative. Okay, they will segregate the negative feedback, and then based on the negative feedback, they work on the products. Okay, what's the product? The product defect or product due to some late arrival of the products, they will segregate those negative feedbacks, and then they'll work on it. They will try to improve those negative feedbacks. Okay, and try to make it positive one. This is how it works. Now, the hit rate calculator mostly used for how many hits will happen per day, how many hits will happen per month. We want to find the hit count, and then compatibly what you have to do, right? Parallelly, what you have to do, you have to see the server performance, whether it's degrading or not. Day by day, what will happen? The count of the web crawlers will keep on increasing. At that time, your web server performance should not degrade. That's the reason we have built an application called hit rate calculator to monitor all the domains. Okay, how much millions of people are accessing those websites, domains, we can able to identify using hit rate calculator. Now, the major reason I want to discuss here is without overloading server or risk being blocked. If if your millions of people are accessing the website at the same time, what will happen, right? Your performance of server tends to degrade, and then no one can able to get the products. They can't able to pay through UPI ID. They can't able to pay through credit card. Nothing they can able to pay because server response is getting delayed. Because of that, many customers can go to some other domains. It will happen. You have to maintain the server performance in an optimal level. Now, what I'm going to do is, for this, we're going to build an application for web application development. I'm going to use Streamlit. And then for creating data frames, I'm going to use Snowpark. And then I'm going to use I'm going to use source of data from the marketplace. Okay, first, what I have to do is just go to the marketplace. Now, if you type similar web, right? Similar web. The similar web provides valuable analytics and web traffic for domains. This similar web captures all the information of the web traffic for each domains, and then it's giving the daily as well as hourly request limit. Every hour, how many hits will happen, as well as every month, how many hits will happen, every daily, how many hits will happen, we can able to calculate. Okay, all this analytic information is captured by the Similar Web Limited. It's one of company. They will capture all sorts of informations. Okay, I'm going to use this source of data. Now, just once again, Similar Web, one more everything will be there. It's Similar Web Global Private Limited, I guess. Just 1 second, guys. Global Public and Private Companies Traffic Growth. Now, what I'm going to do is, it's one of the free one. Okay, no need to pay anything for this. Just click on this. If you see here on the left-hand side, one get button will be there. Okay, if you go to some other data sets, one get button will be there. If you click on the get button, this data set will be added in your Snowflake database. In your Snowflake database, I can show a few things. If you go for some other thing, right? I'm going for consumer credit and debit transaction date. You can see what it is.
Get, sir.
Get. If you click on get, what will happen? This will be added to our database.
Snowflake.
Database. Now, the same thing I want to already added this data sets. And then now what I can do is I can show all kind of schemas. If you see here, right? Show more. You can see these are data sets. These are the fields: site category, global rank, estimated visits. Okay, desktop pages per visit. And then you can get all this column informations from this data set. Now, if you go to the home page and create a SQL worksheet, in the database, you can able to see one more database was got created. Okay, in the database side, you can see global public private companies traffic growth. Okay, expand this database and then expand the data feeds, and then expand the tables. We have the table called global growth. In that, you can get the informations. Okay, now what I'm going to do is go to the global public private, go to data feeds, and then you have to use select star from global growth. Global growth. Now you can able to see the clean site is there, right? This I think but that domain. Second, guys. I will large screen. Yeah. Now, if you look at the clean site, you can see these are domains. You can see, right? Amazon.com and ifeng.com. These are the various domains. Okay. And then you can see Flipkart as well as tsp.gov, torrent.data.com. Okay. These are the various domains. Okay. And then you can see the ranks as well. Okay. And then how much page views will happen, desktop page views per visit, all kind of data are available. Now what we're going to do is we're going to extract few informations from this table. Because we're going to build the application, we want to derive the hit rate calculator. For hit rate calculator, what are the parameters required? How many hits were added per day? How many hits were happen per page? Okay, everything we have to calculate it. Now, from this table, I'm going to derive few informations. Okay, we have the clean site we have site category, main category, and global rank, country rank. We have, okay. We'll write a subquery for this. Select. We need the column of clean site. And then we need the year. Okay, which year? And then we need month. Month column we have, right? We have the month column. And then yeah, and then we need the category. Okay, like what category it is. Okay, it's e-commerce, order, entertainment, science and education. We need a main category. Main category. And then yeah, we need the total pages per visit, total estimated total visit duration, everything required. Total estimated visits. Let's see. Yeah, we have the total estimated visits. Total estimated visits. And then we have the total pages per visit. Yeah, as of now, it's more than enough. What's the database name? Anyone? Database name.
Sir, global public private companies.
Private companies, traffic growth, and schema data feeds, and then table is global growth. Okay. Now, if you query this information, right? This information more than enough for us. We need the domain, year, month, and what is the category? What is the estimated total visits, total pages per visit? Okay. As of now, this information required for us. Now, if you look at here, we can see what's the domain and the year, month, and category. And then we can see the estimated visits and then total pages per visit. Total pages per visit. Good. Now, have this query in the Notepad++. Put Notepad++. No, why it's taking this much time? And then now, yeah, get a new page and then try the query here. Now, straight away, you can go to Streamlit. Yeah, click on Streamlit app, and then you can mention the app title as what's the app title? Hit rate calculator, and then choose a database and create a schema, and then app browser to computer_wh. Just click on create. Now we have the default code, right? Remove the default code. Sendamal as well as Sujita Priya, what's the package I have to import initially? Sujita Priya worked, right? 2 days before you worked in Streamlit, right? What's the package we have to import it first? Are you there?
Sir,
Import.
Anaconda package.
I'm not going to install Anaconda package. I want asking which package you want to import to build the application.
Pandas.
Pandas to create a data frame. What's the initial package required to create a web application? Anyone?
Sir, Streamlit.
Streamlit. Streamlit is ST. And then for regular expressions, you can use one more package called import RE. RE stands for regular expressions. If you want to use JSON, right, you can use this package. Import JSON. And then if you want to use any kind of API request, you can use this package, request package. Okay. And then if you want to use any mathematical calculations from this directory, right, you can import floor. I'll say it later. Import flow. And then if you want to use a Snowpark, first you have to get the active session. Anyone can say that what's the package from Snowflake. Snowpark dot context, and then import get active session. Okay, good. Guys, if you're not able to see anything, right, just go to the packages, just install it from the Anaconda packages. If you want to install like RE, let's see. No, RE is not there because already it's the default, it's installed. And then if you want to install JSON, you can type JSON. Yeah, already JSON is installed. Okay. Now these are the packages not installed. You can see here. Good. Now for create data frame in Python, what data frame I have to use? For creating data frame in Python, what data frame you have to use? You want to plot some graphs, plotly graph, bar graph, line graph. Which library you have to use?
Sir, pandas.
Pandas. Pandas is PD. And then I need one more. Sendamal, want to plot some graph. I need plotly dot express as px. Okay, good. Now I want to get the active session. Have one variable equal to. I want to know whether Sendamal is there or not. Sendamal,
sir.
yeah. Now you have to get the active session. You have to get the active session. Just put the brackets. Okay, good. Now I'm going to create dictionary. I'm going to create a Python dictionary to map month and month numbers to names. Okay, let's say going to create dictionary. Let's see here how we're getting dictionary. Just have one variable. It's a mapping variable equal to, for dictionary, what bracket you have to use? Should use a butler brackets, right? And then one is dictionary should be key and value pairs. One is a key, double quotes the value, right? It's January. And then 2 for February. Like this, you have to do the mapping. Because if you query the data, the month column, right? The month column is having 1, 2, 3. If you see here, the month column data contains 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 12 it contains. I want to convert 1 into January, 2 into February, 3 into March. So that's the reason I'm creating one mapping called month mapping. You might be wondering, why this guy is creating mapping now? Because the month column is here, integer column now, 1 to 12. Now we want to convert every numbers into months. Now that's the reason I'm creating mapping here. February. And then 3 for, just have the comma. 3 for March. So there are 4 for
April, sir.
April,
5 for
May.
May.
Sujita, I'm asking you. 6 for
Sir, I'm answering, sir. June. June, sir.
6 for June. And then 7 for,
July.
and then 8 for.
August.
Should be like a Python dictionary. Okay. Key and value pairs. Nine for September. 10 for October. 11 for
November, sir.
November. And then 12 for
December.
December. Like this, you have to create a mapping. Should be Python dictionary. You're seeing, right? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do functions. Hereafter, you can see like 5 to 6 functions are going to write. So now it's a little bit complex application. What I've built so far. Now I'm going to write one function. In Python, if you want to write one function, you have to use def. Def stands for define. I'm going to write one function name, similar web, because we are taking the entire analytics data from the similar web. Okay, that's why giving similar web. I'm going to give the method name as data query, similar web underscore data query. Now inside the function, I'm going to pass. What I'm going to pass? Inside the function, what are you going to pass?
There are arguments.
I know arguments. What is the argument name?
Domain.
Domain
passing
or
the domain, sir.
domain. It can Amazon.com, Yahoo.com, Flipkart.com. Like this, I'm going to pass the domains. Okay. Satish, if I
Sir.
give enter right, you have to follow this indentation in Python.
Okay, sir.
If you're not following the indentation, you can't able to run your Python codes. Now, just what I'm going to do is I'm going to create one frame. I'm making it Snow data frame. Snow data frame. Already I created a session, right? I'm getting the active session. Use session dot SQL. I'm going to write SQL queries because I have a query, right? Just F for format. F stands for format. I'm going to use triple quotes. Inside the triple quotes, if we are passing triple quotes, right, in Python, it will be treated as a string literal. You're seeing, right? It will be a string. Inside that, you can pass any kind of literal values you can pass. Now, already have the query, right? Just copy
Yes, sir.
paste. Just copy paste. See, guys, we have the pane window here. If you want to close the editor, right? Just close like this. If you want to see the graphs, click like this. You can see only the dashboard. You can able to see. Okay. If you want to see sidebars, click on open sidebars. If you want to click open editor, you can see the both codes. Okay. Now just I'm going to close the preview. If I want to close this thing, just close it. Now I can able to see the entire code. Good. Now we return a SQL query over here. The query, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some modification. I'm going to use some filter. What I'm going to use, I'm going to use some predicate where clean site. What is clean site stands for? Domain, right?
Yes, sir.
It's a domain. If you want
Domain.
to pass the domain name here, you want to make it dynamic. To make it dynamic, you have to use a butterfly braces, and then whatever domain arguments you're passing, right, that will be supplied over the here. Sendamal, if you want to pass a value dynamic here, you have to use the butterfly braces. What are the arguments applying to this function, right? That value will be supplied here as well. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do an AND condition. I have one year column, right? I'm going to do analytics for only for which year? Which year I'm going to do? 2022. If you want to parameters, you can parameters it. Okay, only for the year 22, I'm going to do. I'm hard coding the values. I'm just doing the hard coding. And then I'm going to use one more and then month. And then month. Okay, it can be any month. Okay, in the year 2022, 12 months will be there, right? The 12 months I'm going to check. Okay, good. Now that's it, guys. Okay, we created a no data frame. Now already it's in data frame. If I want to convert into pandas data frame, what I have to do? Anyone? If I want to convert the snow park data frame to pandas data frame, what I have to use? .2.
Panda, sir.
To panda, that's it. You can convert the snow data frame to pandas data frame. Very simple. Just 1 second, guys. Okay, see, guys, I am not following any indentation. That's the problem here. See, inside the snow data frame, you can see, right? The DF should come here. Satish, for you only, I'm saying to you. It's getting, you
Sir,
can see some underlines
okay,
here, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, snow frame data frame is here, right? Just below only, this should come.
Okay, sir.
Put on tab here. Now we can't see any underlines. You can see one underline in data frame because it is not accessed. It is not accessed. That's why it's coming underscore. Good. Now I'm converted to pandas data frame. After converted data pandas data frame, what I'm going to do is, okay. Though we have month column, in the month column, what value you have? Sandamal? In the month column, what is the value we have? It's an integer or string column we have. You guys have to say. In the
Sir,
month,
integer, sir.
it's an integer value like 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 12 will be there. Okay. Now I already have a month mapping. I want to convert the 1 to January, 2 to February. Like this, I have to do the mapping things. For doing the mapping, it's very simple, guys. Just I will write a command. Use map to replace month numbers with names. I'm going to comment. Listen careful, guys. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put equal to. I have the data frame, pandas data frame I have. If I want to filter the corresponding column, you can put one array bracket. Inside the array bracket, I'm going to supply.
Month, sir.
This way you can filter the data. Sorry, filter the columns, not data. Filter the columns using pandas data frame. Sendamal. This is the way you can able to filter it using pandas data frame. Filter means not the value. You can filter the column. If you pass any month, right, you can filter the corresponding column. Now, what I'm going to use, I'm going to do a function called map function. In the map function, Sendamal, in the map function, what I'm going to pass is, I'm going to pass the month mapping. Month mapping. If I pass month mapping, what will happen? In the month column, if you get one will map to January. In the month, if you get 5, map to
May, sir.
May. Like this, you can do all kind of mappings using map function. From the column, I'm using map, and then I'm applying this dictionary in the month mapping argument. Okay, now what happened, right? In the column, if you have any 1 means January, 2 means February, it will get mapped up. Now, I want to make changes only to the corresponding column. In the data frame, you can see so many columns: clean side, year, month, main category, everything you have. But I want to change only one column. What I can do? Here you can put df of month, you can put. Then what will happen, right? The corresponding month column only the changes will happen. The remaining column will not get affected. Satish, if you keep df, right, what will happen, right? It will going to affect the entire thing.
Okay,
now,
sir.
what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep only the month column. In the month column only, this transformation will happen. Good. Now, the next thing is very easy, guys. I'm going to find the Sendamal. I'm going to find the total estimated visits average. Okay.
Month.
Yeah, I found for month. Okay. Now, next thing is I'm going to find the total estimated visits average. Visits average I'm going to find. It's very simple. Just have one variable. Let's keep a variable called total estimated visits average equal to which column I have to find average. Guys, you can see the column names here. df of which column I have to choose? Anyone? Yeah, I want to find total estimated visits average. Which column I have to choose here?
Total pages per visit, sir.
Total estimated visits you have, right? Total estimated visits. And then you want to find the mean, right? Just you have to use in the pandas, we have a function called mean function. That's it. You can find the mean values. The next thing is I'm going to find total visits per average. Help me, guys. Total visits. Total pages, I can say total pages per visit average equal to which column I have to choose?
Sir, total pages per visit.
Total pages per visit. I'm going to find.
Mean.
I'm going to find the mean value. That's it. It's very simple, guys. I want to find the mean. That's it. Now I want to create a bar plot. Write a hint. Create a bar plot using Plotly Express library. Plotly Express library. Guys, see the indentation. Okay, everything should come in here. Like one tab space. Good. I'm going to use one handle called figure handle equal to Plotly. I defined as px, right? Plotly expresses px. Take this variable px, and then I need bar chart. You can use bar function. In the bar function, I'm going to pass data frame. Okay, I'm going to pass data frame. X-axis is going to be month for us. X is going to be month. Y-axis going to be total estimated visits. Total estimated visits. Hey, this is the label I'm giving, man. You can give any label, okay? You can give any label. It's for in the graph, it will get displayed. Visits. Good. And then I'm going to give. Okay, I given the x-axis. Sorry, it's not a label, guys. It's a column actually. Okay, I want to give the label again. X is nothing but a month. You can see, right? It's nothing but a month. And then Y-axis nothing but a total estimated visit. This is a column. Now, good. Now I'm going to supply the label. Just have it as labels equal to. I'm going to make the labels month, lowercase is there, uppercase is there, right? I want to make it lowercase. And then comma, and then total estimated will be there, right? Visits. I want to make it lowercase. This is how you can able to replace. Just total estimated visits. And then finally, what we can do is we can st dot plotly chart will be there. Okay, we're going to plot using Streamlit, plotly chart, and then you can pass the figure FIG. Now, I took the handle and then I'm plotting with the plotly chart. Now, this function should return some values. Now, what I'm going to do is, for returning a value, I have to use a return statement. Same return statement, same like Java. We have to use return statement. What I'm going to return is, I'm going to return two things. One is total estimated visits average. Another one is multiple values you can able to return it. Okay. In Python, you can return multiple values. I return two values. Total estimated visits average, total pages per visit average. Good. Now, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to write one more function, put define. DF stands for define. I want to make it human readable format. Human readable format. Because I'm getting some huge values of hit rate, it want to be readable by human. So that's why I'm writing one method. In that function, I'm going to pass one argument called number argument I'm going to pass. Any numbers, okay, the hit rate will be like integer only, right? That integer value I'm going to pass, that value will be a argument will be a num for me. Okay, now I'm going to use a variable num equal to, I'm going to do the float conversion. I'm going to do the float conversion because the whatever the value I getting from the table, it will be like a string. Okay, because I defined the table like a string. Now what I'm going to do, I want to convert that string into float format. That's why I'm using float function. Okay, now just use this brackets. In the float function, what I want to do is use single quotes. Guys, listen carefully. Just you're going to use a curly braces, colon, and then make dot 3G. Now you guys a little bit confused. What is the dot 3G? You will get some huge values. If I will share my screen here. Though you're getting some huge value like this. Now, I want to make after decimal, right? I want to get 3 digits. After decimal, how much digits I want to get? 3 digits I want to get. That's why I'm putting dot 3G. After decimal, how many digits? Chadamal? After decimal, how many digits should come as a float value?
3, sir.
3
3
digits.
digits.
Now, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to format. Okay, in the format, I'm going to pass the number. Satish, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to pass a number. The number going to string for me. I'm converting the number into float. That float value should have here only how many digits after dot?
3 digits, sir.
3 digits. After decimal places, it should contain only 3 digits. This is how you can do the float conversion. But why I'm using format in the sense, this format will give you a string value for you. The string value will be converted into the float. After converting float, we have to maintain 3 digits after decimals. Good. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep one more variable, magnitude equal to 0. Assigning a variable. The counter I'm making it as 0. I'm going to write one while condition here. Absolute value. Do you know what is the ABS? ABS stands for absolute value. Only positive. Absolute value means only positive values. In the absolute value, what I'm going to pass? I'm going to pass. Adesh, what I'm going to pass?
No. Number variable.
Number. Okay, it's going to hit rate for us. It should be a positive value. It should be a positive value. If you're passing some negative value, what will it do? Absolute value. It will convert into.
Use only positive value.
It will allow only positive value. It will convert to positive values. Okay, if you pass a negative value, it will convert to positives. Okay, that's what. And then what I'm doing is, if it is, I'm writing a condition while loop. If it is greater than 1000. If it is 1000 means what will say? You will say, if you're seeing some digits 1000, it will be created as 1000, right?
Yes, sir.
1000. And then if it is 6 digits, what will you say? 6 digits, what will you say? Anyone?
Lakhs, sir.
Lakhs. Okay, like this, what I want to do is, in condition, what are the number I'm passing, right? It can be a estimated visits average or something value. If it is greater than or equal to 1000, greater than or equal to 1000, as per syntax, you have to put colon here for continuation. I'm having the variable magnitude equal to magnitude plus 1. Just have an example, guys. I'm passing 10,000. Value is 10,000. Just pass the value as a num. ABS stands for absolute value. Though it's a positive value, right? It will allow. And then I'm checking greater than 1,000. Whether my while loop will satisfy or not.
Yes, sir.
It will satisfy. Now, what is my magnitude value? What is my magnitude value currently?
1.
1. Because I'm supplying 0 here. 0 plus 1, Sadesh.
1, sir.
1. Now current values will go into 1 for me. Okay. You can write like this, or what you can do, you can write in simple terms. You can write like in this way as well. Plus equal to 1. See, you can write in this format, or what you can do, magnitude equal to magnitude plus 1. Same thing. And then next thing what I'm going to do is, I'm going to take the number equal to number divided by, I'll make one condition here, number divided by 1000. You can write in this way, or I'll say another way later. If I pass in 10,000, what will be the number value now?
10, sir.
Hey, I'm asking if you're passing numbing 10,000 divided by 1,000, it will be 10 for you. Okay. I'm asking the quotient.
Quotient 0, sir.
Quotient will 0.
Oh, sorry.
Who said quotient 0?
10. Quotient 10.
What's the reminder?
0. 0, sir.
Reminder the 0.
Now, what I want to do is, see guys, I'm passing us 10,000 divided by 1,000. I'm asking the quotient. What is the quotient for us? Anyone?
10.
Quotient.
Sir, 10, sir.
10. What is the remainder?
0, sir.
See, I'm asking for first iteration. I'm asking for first iteration. I'm not asking the entire results. I'm asking first iteration. If you are putting 10,000 divided by 1,000, what the first question will get? First iteration. Hey guys, very simple one. In first iteration, what's the value for quotient? 10,000 divided by 1,000. Just 1 minute, guys. Sir. We'll discuss in offline once again. Now, see guys, very simple. I am passing some value called 10 lakhs. Units, 10, 100,000, 10 lakhs. Okay, I'm just going to pass 10 lakhs. If you take absolute value, it will give a positive value for us. I'm checking condition. Greater than or equal to 1,000. Condition satisfied. Now the magnitude will be included as a 1. Previously it was 0. 0 plus 1. Now the magnitude will be 1. And then I'm using the modulo function. Num equal to num modulo of 1,000. We are passing num value at 10 lakhs, 1,000. We'll get the value, num value is 1,000. The num value again go to the while loop, because while loop won't break, because 1,000 greater than or equal to 1,000. Because we are checking two conditions. If it is greater or equal to, though it's satisfied, again it come to magnitude. Now magnitude will be, or it's 1. Now 1 plus 1 will be 2. This is how it will work. Now what I'm going to do is very simple, guys. Just I'm going to use just follow the indentation, use the rend statement, and then you have to supply the two placeholders. In single quotes, just pass the two placeholders, because I'm going to return the values. Though it's a string, right? I want to format it. Just use format. Inside the format, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to use single quotes. I want to convert the string value into float value. For converting string into float value, you can make it as butterfly braces, colon, F. F stands for float. F stands for float. For this, what I'm going to do is, again, I'm going to make one more format, and then I'm going to pass the num value. What are the num value have, right? I'm going to pass the value. The num value convert into float. Okay. That float value will be supplied in the first placeholder. Now, we have the two placeholders, right? In the one placeholder is going to get the value. In the next placeholder, going to get the conventions, in the sense, if it is 1,000 means we'll get K. If it is millions means you'll get M. Trillions means you'll get T. Like this, you'll get the conventions. Okay. Now I'm passing the number. It's a string actually. I convert it into float value. The float value will be supplied to the first placeholder. The next thing is I want to show is I'm going to use dot write strip. Guys know, do you know what is write strip? It's going to strip the value from the right. Okay. What I'm going to strip in the sense, after dot, after decimal, if any zero is occurring, right, it's going to remove the zero values. Sandamar, after decimal, if any zero is occurring after decimal, it will remove the value. That's called
Zero.
write strip. R stands for write strip. And then you guys will think about, okay, if you saying about millions or billions, why need the decimal? We have to remove the decimal, right? For that, I'm going to make one more R strip, and then I'm going to remove the decimal.
Issues.
And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put, though it's a format, right? Okay. Though we have the format here and format here, right strip we are doing here. Yeah, good. Now, what I'm doing is I'm converting the string value to float. After that, I'm removing the zeros. After decimal, if any zero is there, I'm removing the zeros. After that, I'm using the decimal itself. The value will be supplied in the first placeholder. Now, Satish will ask a question. What about second placeholder? Yeah, I'm going to do. Now, put on comma here. This value, what I am deriving, right, that will be substituted in the second placeholder. Okay, put comma. And then I need the values in terms of thousands means you have to mention in terms of K.
Yes.
Millions means M. Billions means billion.
B, sir.
B. Trillion means
T.
T. Like this, I should give conventions. If it is less than 1,000, what I have to give? If it is less than 1,000, what I have to give?
Sir, just the number, sir.
See, what I'm giving here?
Sir,
Empty.
null.
Empty.
Yes.
If it is less than 1,000, we can say it's
Empty.
800, 800, 900, right? No need of any conventions. That's why I'm giving empty. Okay. Because we are deriving for second placeholder. The first placeholder, all derived the values. We are removing the decimals and removing the zeros after decimals. Okay. We are removing all the things. And then second placeholder, I'm deriving for K. K means, Shrita Priya, what is mean K?
Kilo, sir. 1,000.
Who said kilo?
1,000, sir.
1,000. M stands for?
Million.
B stands for?
Billion.
T stands for?
Trillion.
Trillion. Yeah, this is how the conversion should be. Now, next I'm going to write one more method. I'm going to write a method called result. And then what I'm going to pass is, I'm going to pass the two arguments. One is a hit rate I'm going to pass. I'm going to pass hit rate. Hit rate means you can see. Okay, just I'll show here. This is a hit rate. This hit rate, we're going to pass an argument. And then I'm going to pass a domain. Do you know what is domain? Anyone?
Sir,
What?
like Amazon.com.
Amazon.com, Flipkart.com, Yahoo.com, all are domains. Now, what I'm going to do is just have one variable. Hit rate, I am going to make it human readable format. Human readable format. It's a variable name. Make equal to. Already I have a method, right? I'm going to call this method. In Python, you can call one method in another method. What I'm going to do? I'm going to call this method inside the
Another method, sir.
result method.
Result method.
Okay. Method or function both are same meaning. Okay. I'm going to call this function inside another function called result function. Now you can see human format. In that, what I want to pass is what I want to pass. I'm going to pass. I'm going to pass. Chandamal.
Hit rate.
Hit rate I'm going to pass. This num value will be considered as Chandamal. This num value considered as
Hit rate, sir.
hit rate.
Yes.
because we are passing the value as iterate here. Now what happens, right? We are going to pass this much huge values. Okay, good. Now what happens, right? If I pass this much values, the value will go inside and convert into float. Okay, it will make us after decimal 3 digits will be there. After that, magnitude will be 0. And then what I'm doing is I'm checking this value is greater than 1000. This value is greater than or equal to 1000. The condition is satisfied. And then magnitude will be 0. Magnitude will be 1 for me now. And then I am putting the model of 1000. Okay. Again, the loop will be keep on iterating. And then we will be deriving the value as 3.79. And then second placeholder contains like you will get if it's M means you'll get million. But guys, I missed one thing. Okay, though I given K, M, B, and T, but I want to supply one thing. What I want to supply? What are the magnitude value I'm getting, right? I want to supply here. For 10,000, what is the magnitude value? Anyone? For 10,000, what is the magnitude value?
2, sir.
2. 2 means? 2 means? Hey guys, you making this?
Sir.
No, just no. Like I'm making it 10 lakhs, guys. 10 lakhs. What's the magnitude value?
1, sir.
For 10 lakhs, you are saying the magnitude value is 1, right? I am passing the hit rate as 10 lakhs. What's the magnitude value? Yeah, just a few months back I said all these things. How the while loop will work?
2, sir.
Manual 2. Now 0 will be a empty. 1 will be kilo. M will be
2.
M will be 2. What's the M stands for?
Million.
Million. That's what the conversion will come. Like you will get the first place holder get the value. Second place will get the M. M means million. That's what they're deriving here is. If you supply this value, okay, after decimal 3 place will come. We'll divide 1000 by modulo and then we'll get 3.79. And then finally this M is coming, right? This M is coming from the second place holder. Second place holder, what we have? We have the K, M, B, and T. In the magnitude column, what are value getting, right? That 2 we have to substitute. 2 means
M, sir. Million.
M. If it is 1 means magnitude is
K.
1.
1000.
1000. If it is 4, what's value? If it is 4, what's value?
B, sir.
If it is 4, what's the value? Magnitude is 4.
3, sir. Trillion.
0, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, trillion. It is trillion. Now this is how you are getting this value. Now you can able to correlate, right? We are passing hit rate. We are getting the compact hit rate. The first place will be 3.79. Second place holder is?
Sir, number convention, sir.
Yeah, conversion. It will be a million. Second place holder is M. M is a million. Okay, good. This is how you have to derive it. Okay, now just we're going for the one more function called result function. What we'll get, right? We are passing this function human format. We are passing hit rate. Now we will get hit rate as readable format. Now this one is very readable, 3.79 million. Now we are assigned to a variable. After that, what I'm going to do is very simple, guys. Just put an equal to and then use Streamlit. I already said that Streamlit stands for ST. Alias is ST.
Yes, sir.
Just use as ST and then I'm going to use columns of 2. We have one function called columns of 2. You might be wondering what is columns of 2. If you look at this diagram, you can able to understand how many columns are there. Hit rate is one column. Compact hit rate is another column. How many columns we have?
2 columns, sir.
2 columns. That's why we are using st.columns of 2. Now, if we are making columns of 2, I'll get 2 columns here. One is I'll making as column of 1. Another one is column of
2.
2. Okay, now I have two variables, column of 1 and column of 2. Good. Okay, like this. Don't leave any space, guys. Keep like this. Good. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the column 1 variable. I'm going to use dot metric. Metric means I'm going to assign one label. For that, we're going to use metric function. In the metric function, what I can do? I can assign the label. I can assign the value as well. Satish, first argument is label.
Label.
Second argument is
Value.
value. You can apply the color as well. Okay, like because if you look at this pictorial view, what I'm going to do is I want to assign this label. What's the label it is?
Hit rate, sir.
Hit rate. What is another label for second column?
Compact hit rate.
Compact hit rate. We have two columns, hit rate and compact hit rate. Now, same thing I'm going to do here. I want to make the first column as hit rate.
Hit rate.
Hit rate. Make it lowercase, and then I give it the label. I want to give the value as well. Okay, the value is going to be value I'm getting right. Hit rate. Hit rate and gladly I'm getting. Because the first column I should give the same value. Sujita Priya, I should give the default value. Okay, now just you can take the value, hit rate from the arguments, and then convert into string. How to convert to string? Put str. Convert
Okay.
the value, any value into a string. If you make str, right, it will come. Now what happens? This value will be placed in this first column. Second column is second column,
Compact
column 2 dot. Column 2 dot metric. And then copy the value. Which one you have to copy? Compact
Compact hit rate.
hit rate. Compact hit rate. Okay, just make it lowercase. Yeah. And then what I have to plot? You guys have to say. I have to get this value from where I can do. I want convert string. str. Which value to supply here? Sendamal.
Sir, hit rate.
Hit rate? Hey, already I passed hit rate, man. Why you want to pass again hit rate? This is a compact hit rate, right?
Yes, sir.
Compact hit rate comes from?
Compact hit rate.
See, compact hit rate comes from which value? You have to plot here. I'm deriving this function and keeping on this variable. Now, which value I have to supply here?
Hit rate readable.
Hit rate readable. Hit rate readable. That's it. Because we're converting the format, right? We are making this human format. We are supplying it. Hit rate readable. Good. And then if you look at the below one, you can see some information, right? You see the information
Yes,
or
sir.
not? This information also should be printed in the UI. For that, what I'm going to do is very simple. Streamlit.info. Info stands for information bar. In the information bar, whatever you require, you can type it. Okay. F stands for formatting. I go into the formatting. Just make you can use double quotes or single quotes, both are same. I'm going to pass a value. What I'm going to pass is your DAS means data service project can make a maximum of your DAS project can make a maximum of Sujita Priya, maximum of what I'm supplying here. Sujita Priya,
Hit
maximum
rate.
of 3.7 is a hit rate, right, for you. I'm showing the cursor here. 3.79 million is a hit rate for you. Guys, she's saying
Sir,
it's a
human readable.
what it is? It's a compact hit rate, man. It's a compact
Hit
hit rate. Now, which value I supply here? I have to get in the text 3.7 million. Which value I want to supply?
It's a hit rate readable, sir.
Readable. Just use a placeholder. In order to supply the value in the string, you have to use a placeholder. In the placeholder, you have to supply hit rate
Readable.
readable. And then look at the image. And then I have to put the text as
Daily
Next.
hits for
daily it's for. I have to get
Flipkart.com.
I have to get the Flipkart.com.
Domain.
Yeah, just it's daily it's for. Daily hits for. Now I have to put the Flipkart.com. What I have to do? Daily it's for. Yeah, I have to get what are the value I'm selecting, right? Domain I'm selecting, right?
Domain, sir. Domain, sir.
Domain.
Domain. You can see from the arguments. Just directly can put the domain here.
No, sir. One
We have to
second.
use the curly braces to supply the value dynamically. Good.
Okay.
Yeah. Now everything is good, guys. We are did a fantastic job. Now, we look into the another function. Before going to another function, right? I'm going to declare on map. Magnitude dictionary. I'm going to keep the key 0. 0 means blank. 0 means blank. 1 means 1000. 1 means 1000. 2 means, hey, don't get confused because I'm giving some serial numbers. Okay, 0 means blank. 1 means 1000. Here I mentioned, right? 0 index portion is blank. 1 is nothing but 1000. 2 is nothing but a million. 3 is a billion. 4 is a trillion. The same thing is applying here. 2 is nothing but
Million.
million. 3 4. 3 4. 3 4. Sujita Priya, 3 4. Billion. 4 4.
Trillion, sir.
Trillion. I'm not getting answer Sujita Priya. Trillion. Sujita Priya, 5 4. I can make it 5 for quadrillion. Quadrillion. Okay. 6 for. Guys, I'm asking what's the next one? Quintillion.
Okay.
If you recall the 6th standard basics, right? You can able to understand all these things. Next to higher value will be a quintillion. Next to higher value. Sandamal.
Yes.
Next higher value. After quintillion, what's the higher value? Sextillion. And then what's the next higher value? Anyone? After sextillion, what's the next higher value? Septillion. And then what's the higher value? Next higher value? Anyone want to have a try? Octillion. Next, Sandamal. Any higher value? After octillion? Nontillion. I'm not able to remember the spelling, guys. Nonillion, not nontillion, nonillion. Okay. Next, Sandamal, higher value? After nonillion, what's the higher value? Now, decillion. Okay. These are the mappings I'm doing. Now, Satish, what are the values you know? You know thousands, million, billion, you know, right?
Sir, trillion I know.
Trillion. It's a quadrillion, quintillion, sextillion, septillion, octillion, nonillion, decillion. These many higher values we have. You have to remember everything. At least you have to remember up to 11 higher values. You have to remember it. Okay, up to decillion you have to remember it. Okay, good. Now it's very simple, guys. I'm going to write a method and make it simplify. Okay, just I'm going to simply process. I'm going to pass the num. I'm going to pass some numbers. Okay, it's going to hit rate for us. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the same variable as argument. I'm going to use a floor. Do you know what is floor? Anyone? I'm going to
Yes, sir.
supply the num. What is the floor?
Floor means upper.
Floor is nothing but if you have 7.4, it will round it to 7.
7.5.
7.4 will round it to 7.5. Okay. Or you can go to the lowest value as well. You can make it 7.3. For example, you make it 7.2 or 7.3. You can round off to 7.
And
This is how the floor will works. Now, what I'm doing is whatever value I'm getting right, I'm converting into the floor. Floor means a rounding of value to the nearest value. And then I'm going to make a magnitude as the counter value for me equal to
0.
0. Write a while loop condition again. While number greater than equal to 1000 dot 0. Okay. After decimal, 1 digit is there. Just use colon as a syntax. Now, what I have to mention, magnitude equal to
Sir, magnitude is equal to plus equal to
magnitude. Sorry, guys, I'm making a blunder mistake in spelling mistake. Magnitude plus equal to 1.
sir.
Next,
Sir,
num equal to
sorry, in initialization, magnitude spelling is wrong.
initialization. What is saying? Magnitude spelling mistake is equal to 0. Same spelling mistake only, right?
MANG.
Okay, good. Yeah. Now, what's formula, guys? I want to do the modulo.
num divided by 1000.
Num modulo. Don't say divided by. It's a modulo. Dot 0. And then just come out of the while loop and then you have to use a return statement. Return. I want to use in brackets. I'm going to use on formatting. Just use a placeholder. Inside the placeholder, I'm going to use a floor. Just what I'm going to do is very simple calculation I'm going to do. What are the value getting right? Num value. I'm going to multiply divided by 100. Okay. Multiply divided by 100 because this will give only quotient. I'm multiplying 100, multiplying 100, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide by 100. Send them all. If I multiply by 100 and divide by 100, what will happen? You're going to get same value, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That's what I'm doing here. Okay. And what I'm going to do is just looking at the brackets, guys. I'm missing some brackets here. Floor of num into 100. It's a float value actually. Okay. And then what I want to do is divided by
100, sir.
100.
hey, it's a float value, man. 0.
100.0.
And then next thing is what I want to do is I want to I'll get some value. Okay. But I need a convention as well. For conventions, what do you have to do? Put one brackets. Just have the mag dictionary. You have the mag dictionary, right? Put the mag dictionary and then supply the key value. Key value will get from
Magnitude, sir.
magnitude. Now what will happen, right? In the magnitude will get 1 means 1000, 2 means million, 3 means billion. Like this, you are supplying the magnitude integer value here. It will go on search the integer value in the dictionary. In the magnitude dictionary will search. If it is 3 means it will give the billion for you. If magnitude value is 4, it will go inside the magnitude dictionary. It will search for 4. 4 will be trillion. Sujita, 4 will be trillion. Good. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to write one more method. I'm going to calculate hit rate from web page. This is one of the important method, guys. You have to understood. I'm going to make the method name as hit rate. I'm going to supply 2 arguments. I'm going to supply two arguments. One is domain. Another one is PP. You guys think about what is a PP? What is a PP? What is PP?
Sir, politeness policy. Sir.
Politeness policy. In your website, there should not be any kind of content, like a kind of abusive content should not be there. Okay. You should have some higher percentage. If it is getting a lesser percentage, right? In your website, having more some contents like you are talking about some things like you're using some sort of verbal things you're using there, some abusive language you're using there. Okay. Kind of content that is going to spoil the next younger generation. The kind of content you have in your websites all comes in the politeness policy. Now that's politeness policy. I want to supply some percentage, whatever you is applying, right? 10%, 20%, that value supplied as an argument here. Good. Now just what I'm going to do is I'm going to write a function. Inside the function, I'm going to have one variable, hit rate variable equal to, I'm going to call the function. I already entered the function, right? Similar, web query data. And then what I am passing, I want to pass
Domain, sir.
domain. I have to pass. Just call this function and use it in the function. Okay, just supply the domain. Sujita Priya, we have to supply domain in the similar web query data. Okay, now it's going to give the hit rate for us. Now you guys will get a little bit confused. Now you can ask a question like, if you are calling this function, it's going to return two values. What two values is going to give? Total estimated visits average, total page per visit average. Okay, it's going to give the two values. Now what I want to do is inside this variable, right? I'm going to have the two values. Good. Now just what I'm going to do is I'm going to have one variable visit equal to, I'm going to use an int function. If I want to convert to any integer, I want to use an int function. If I want to convert any value to float, I want to use a float function. Send them all. First I convert into float. After the convert into int. That's why I'm using int of float. Okay. Now in that I'm going to pass the just to don't make it hit rate, guys. It's confusing, right? Hit data. Hit data. Just have this hit data. Just have this hit data and then put -1. Now you guys are thinking about what is a -1. Now, if you go in the function, I'll show you guys. If you go inside the function, right? Yeah, okay. Let it be. I'll complete the function first, and then I'll show to you what the -1 will take. Okay, because it contains only 2 to 3 lines. Because I want to navigate to snow site, then only I can able to show this value to you. Now just make it -1. -1 means the last value it has to take. From this variable, right? I want to take the last value. -1 means last value. Okay, from reverse. Okay, next one is page per visit. Page per visit equal to, I want to make the float value conversion and then hit data. Hit data we already have, right? Hit data and then I want to get the first value. First value means you have to make it 0. Okay, if you want to get the last value, what do I have to do?
-1.
-1 from the reverse.
Yep.
Good. Now what I'm going to do is already I want to show one formula, guys. For finding the hit rate, we have one formula. The formula I want to show is total estimated visits into total page per visits divided by 30. 30 means
per day, sir.
Per day. Okay, because every month we'll have 30 days. And then politeness policy. And then because I want to convert percentage, right? Hit it percentage. That's why I'm making it divided by 100. Okay, this is the formula we have to derive it. There's some formula I want to derive it now. It's very simple, guys. Just make hit rate. Just apply the formula. Same formula. Just have the formula. Just to make the visits. And then if it is confusing you, I can make the same one. Okay. I can make the same one, then it will be easy for you. Okay, total estimated visits. Okay, the first will be estimated visits. Then it will be easy for you. Total pages per visit. Now it's easy, guys. Now I'll say how we are entering this value. Just have this formula. So then what you have to do? You have to multiply, right? First,
Yes, sir.
you have to multiply as per the formula, and then
Divide.
go to the formula, divided by 30,
30.
and then
Into
Into one.
divided by 30. We make it divided by 30, and then divided by 30, and then just multiply and then put the bracket as per board mass rule. Now we have to use a PP. What is PP? PP stands for anyone? PP stands for
Page.
because
Page.
what PP stands for? Politeness policy. Okay, divided by 100. That's it. Now, very simple, guys. Now return the value. That's it. Return. In the return, I'm going to call one more function. You guys will think, why this guy is use the result function? I'm going to call this result function now. In the result function, what are the arguments that are supplying? In the
Sir,
result,
hit rate and domain, sir.
hit rate and domain, the same hit rate you have right here, right?
Yes, sir.
Just apply hit rate. What about domain? From the arguments, you can
Yes, sir.
pass the domain here. Now, what will happen, right? Sendamal, Sujita Priya, after finding the hit rate, you are supplying to the hit rate to this function, result function. Now, this function will call, it will call this human data format function. See how the loop is happening here. If I call the result function, what will happen? This hit rate will going to call this result function. In the result function, you're going to pass a higher date. If you pass a higher date and domain, okay. Now, just 1 second, guys. Now this human format function will call again. Again, it will call this function and will convert into this format, and then this function will get completed, and finally it will give the result for this function. See how the looping is happening. See, it's going to call one more function, it will call another function. Like this, some process will happen, and finally give the results. Finally, it's going to give the results. Guys, what I'm going to do is going to take some pass. Now, I'm going to write one more function. Okay, it's already have derived the similar web data query and human format result, and then simplify and then hit rate, right? Now, what I'm going to do is I want to create a title using Streamlit. st.title. In the title, I'm going to give hit rate calculator. Hit rate calculator. Now, I'm going to use exception handling techniques. Guys, do you know what is exception handling techniques in Java? Satish?
Sir, yes, sir.
You have to use for exception handling. What do you have to use in Java?
Sir, exception, sir.
I know what the block we have to use.
Try, catch, throw.
Try catch block. Same thing you have to follow here. For exception handling, you have to use try. Okay. But here catch won't be there. You have to use exception block. You have to use. Okay. First, you have to use the try block. If in the runtime you are facing any exception, that will be handled by the exception block. Okay. But in Java, what are the exception happening in the try block? It will be catch in the catch block. Okay. Now, if I face any runtime exception, that will be handled by exception block. Now in the try block, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create one form because we need to pass two inputs. One is domain ID, another one is PP. What does PP stands for? First one we have to pass the domain as user input. What is PP? Guys, I'm asking you, yesterday have you seen, right?
Yes, sir.
What is the PP? Satish, Sudha Priya, I'm asking what we have to pass two inputs, right? First one is
Yes, sir.
domain, second is PP. What does PP stands for? Think for a while. In the meantime, I'll complete this thing using Streamlit. st dot form. Okay, in the Streamlit we have the form function. We can get a forms. Now, Sendamal, think about what is PP. It's very important. st dot form. In that form, what we are going to use, I'm going to use a key. Okay, like for every object, we have to give some ID. What I'm going to use, I want to give a key for the form. Just I'm going to give my form 1. Now the form is created. In that form, I want to create one text input. Text input means I want to pass
Domain name.
domain name I had to pass. Okay, I'm created a form. Inside the form, I want to create one text input. For that, I'm going to create one variable URL equal to you already have created a form object, right? Use a form object dot text input. You can use text input. Text input means you're going to type some text here. Okay. Just have to give the label. Enter the domain name. Use colon. Okay. Good. Now we have to pass PP. What does PP stands for? Guys, I'm asking you what PP stands for because I said twice or thrice. Politeness. P stands for politeness. What is another P stands for? Politeness. Policy.
Politeness policy. Sorry, sir. Politeness policy.
Politeness policy. Okay, now we have to build the politeness policy. We're going to have one more variable, PP, equal to, we already created a form object, right? Inside form object, we're going to use pass one number input. Because you might have a question, why you can't pass text input? Because the PP value here, it's a number. That's why we have the number input. In the number input, I'm going to pass one label. The label name is politeness policy. In terms of percentage, what I'm going to give, the default value. The default value I'm going to give us. What's the default value I can give? Default value is Sudha Priya. Default value is, what's the default value for politeness policy? 20. Okay, we can pass the default value here. Otherwise, if you want to know more about the number input, just click on number input. You can see, you can pass minimum value, maximum value. So you can pass the value means minimum value I'm passing. Okay, it's going to be 20 for me. These are the various arguments we have in that number input function. Okay, and then keyword arguments also there. You can pass multiple keyword arguments. And then you can pass a minimum value, max value, step value. Okay, these things you can pass. Good. And then now what I did is I passed the step value. Step value is nothing but for example, if you give 5, right? If you click on plus, 10 will come. If you click one more plus, 15 will come. That's a step value. But the default value is give 20 for me. But I am not providing any step value. Step value means if you click on the plus button, it will be doubled. If you give 20, 20 is 20, 40 will come. Okay, I'm not giving step value. It's a default value given here. It's a value. Good. Now the next step is after giving the two inputs, what we have to do? You have to click the which button? Submit button.
Submit.
In the heat rate calculator, we have a submit button, right? Now just have one variable. Submit equal to, we already have the form and object. Dot. We have a function called form submit button. Use the form submit button and then pass on label. The label is going to be, label is, what's the label name?
Submit, sir.
Submit. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to write one if condition. See, guys, I'm following some indentation. You can see, right? Some indentation should be there. Okay, just hit enter and then write an if condition. If submit button is enabled, if submit button is enabled, and what I'm giving here, switch up here. If submit means, if submit button is enabled, it will give bool value. What's the bool value it will give? What is the bool value it will give?
True, sir.
True
True
or
will-
false?
True or false? I'm asking, the button is enabled. What's the bool value?
True.
True. It will be true for us. Now, after the button is enabled, it has to display the bar graph as well as the compact hit rate, and hit rate it has to display. For that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get one header. Header means the title. Get a header. And then just I'm going to have like some formatting I'm going to do. Okay, just have the result. Yeah. Just do some formatting. Now you can see, right? Result will be displayed there. Header is header will be displayed as result after clicking submit button. And then I am checking if politeness policy is greater than 20. This condition able to understand, right? I'm checking politeness policy defined by 20. If it is greater than 20, what I want to do is I want to print one success message using Streamlit. I want to print one success message. Okay, good. In success, what we can do is we can pass the, just once again, you can pass the body, and then you can pass some icons. You can also pass like a string. You can pass. Okay, good. I am going to put if it is, just use a formatting here. Yes, just a formatting. Input more than trillion. Input more than trillion. More than trillion. What is trillion here? Yeah, because as for the data, I should get thousands, millions, billions, trillions. I won't get more than trillion. Then what I have to do? Input is more than trillion. It is out of scope. Is out of scope. Okay, because I should get in thousands, it should thousands or millions or billions or trillions. Not more than trillions. Okay, because the requirement is like that. Because actual data is like only up to trillions, not more than trillions. Now that's the reason I'm putting the condition like if PP is greater than 20, and then we are making it as input more than trillions out of scope. Good. F stands for formatting, guys. If you want to do any formatting, you can put the F. Guys, I made a blunder mistake here. I'm checking for the politeness policy, right? This should come as a exception message. Okay, just I made a blunder mistake here. If it politeness policy is greater than 20, I should mention that it is recommended to follow the politeness policy 20%. Okay, I already said, right? They are recommending that politeness policy should be 20%. It should not be more than 20%. It should not be more than 20%. That's why I'm putting messages. It is recommended to follow the politeness policy 20%. If it is greater than 20, right, this message will be printed. I can mention like 20%. Okay, good. Now, what I'm going to do is, after if statement, right, I'm going to use one more variable, hit web page equal to already have the function, right? We already have the function. What function we have?
Hit rate.
Hit rate. What are two arguments you have to supply?
Sir, domain and PP. Sir.
Domain and PP.
Domain and
Politeness
PP.
policy.
politeness policy you have to supply. But here, where's the domain? You go and see where we have any domain here, variables. We have to supply instead of domain, what do you have to supply here?
URL.
URL we have to supply. And then, come on.
Politeness policy.
Politeness policy. We have the PP, right? We have to supply PP.
Yes, sir.
This is how you can supply. What will happen, right? Once you call this function, it will go and call this function, and then it will call the result function. The result function will be invoked. And then after the invoke the result function, what will happen? It will create the two columns. Okay, one with the hit rate, another with the compact hit rate. This is how it works. Good. And then what will happen, right? It will go and hit the similar web data query as well. It will invoke the similar web query as well. It will go here. The function will be invoked, and then we'll run this query and I'll convert to pandas. And then we are doing some mapping. Month mapping we have, right? One is January to February, and then we'll find the total estimated visits average, total pages per visit average, and then we'll plot the bar graph, and then using Plotly, and finally we're running the total estimated visits average, total pages visit average. We'll get this thing. Okay. Now this function only, it's going to invoke the similar web data query as well as the result function. It's going to invoke two functions. First, will invoke the similar web query function, and then it's going to invoke the another function called result function. Got it? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, what we have to do is we have to handle the exception. Okay, we have to use a try block, right? Now come out of the if statement. Now you can write except block. Okay, same like catch block. In Java, you use catch, right? Here you have to use except. Index error. Okay, I'm getting an exception called index error. If I get the exception as index error, what I'm going to do is I'm going to print one message, Streamlit dot success message. I'm going to supply. Input is more than trillion. Input is more than trillion. It is out of
Bound.
out of who said out of bound?
Sorry, sir.
Oh.
Out of scope. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to catch one more exception as well. It's a generic exception. In Java, what is the generic exception we have? In Java, what is the generic exception we have? Generic. That will be parent for all exceptions. Satish?
Sir,
Exception, sir.
Exception block. Yeah, not a block, exception. It's a parent exception for all exceptions. Exception is E. And then I'm going to write in the web page, if I get any exception, I will write the exception in the page itself. For that, we have to use streamlit.write. And then I'm going to print out success message as well. st.success. Please enter the valid input. If someone is not giving any valid input, apart from Amazon.com or Flipkart, they're giving some other domain that is not available in our table, definitely it has to throw an error message. The error message should be, please enter valid input. Please enter. Please enter.
valid input.
Valid input. If someone is passing some other instead of string, they're passing some integers, right? Or some domain they're passing. It is not on the table. It will give the messages. Please enter valid input. That's it. Now, what I'm going to do is just I'm going to move above. If you see here, I'm not using this. I'm not using this. Regular expressions, JSON request. If it's not required, what we can do? We can remove, or you can able to comment it. If you are not using, just comment it. Good. You can see here, right? Pandas as PD. Till now, I'm not uses alias. That's why it's saying like underscore. It is not accessed. Okay. If you want to comment, you can comment it. Otherwise, you can leave as it is. Now everything is good. Just start the session first. It will take some couple of seconds. Now it's very active, right? If you want to end session, you can able to click on end. Now it's active. Now click on run. You want to see the preview? What it's saying here? No module name. Plotly. Plotly. Module is not there. What do you have to do? We have to go to packages, and then we have to go to the Anaconda packages. We have to type Plotly. Now the Plotly was installed. You can see here, if you scroll here, you can see. Okay, now good. Now again you click on run. Yeah, I think it's loading, guys. Waiting for server to start. Its step is 4 out of 8. It will take a couple of seconds. I don't know why it's taking this much of time. Because the warehouse has to warm up. Okay. Still it is in idle state. It has to warm up. Now we can able to see the hit rate calculator. Now you can type the domain name. This is the text input. 20 politeness policy number input. You can see, right? One plus symbol is there, right? You can able to increment the values. 21, 22, 23, 24. You can like this. You can increment the politeness policy as well. Okay. But the default value I'm keeping is 20. Now, can you give some domain name? Use flipkart.com. And then keep the 20% and click on submit. Now you can see some issues occurred. Okay. It's saying that invalid identifier flipkart.com. I don't know what's the issue here. It's saying invalid identifier. Please enter the valid input. Okay. Now we will try with Amazon.com. Let's see. Previously it was showing results, right? I don't know what's the issue. Yeah. Okay. Now click on submit. Now some issue is there, guys. Okay. I think we have to sort out the issue. It's saying like invalid identifier Amazon.com. Amazon.com. Let's try in uppercase. Let's see. It's coming in uppercase. Amazon.com. No, it's giving some exception. Okay, now we have to fix the issue. It's giving us, please enter. Please enter
Valid input.
valid input. Okay, it's throwing the exception. Now we have to deep dive where the issue is. Just once again, guys. I'll remove st header. I will trim it. Yeah. Now, whenever giving this st form, right? Key my form 1. Text input, enter the domain name passing here. Pollen 20% I'm passing. Now just we'll do one thing. I'll keep 10%. Let's see. 10%, pollen 10%. And then if the button is submit button is there, my underscore form underscore 1. I'm passing the domain name. I'm passing politeness for 10% I passed. Submit button also I pass. Submit button is there. The result is there, and hit rate is there. Everything is good. Let's give a try. No, I think it's giving some SQL error for us. It's giving the SQL error for us. Invalid identifier. Okay, now we have to check in a query as well. Now, we're getting the exception. Okay, SQL compilation error at line of 4. Okay, at question number 21, invalid identifier flipkart.com. Now, what is happening, right? In the Snowpark SQL, some exception is happening. Now we can able to see in this query some issue is there. Okay, now they're saying invalid identifier flipkart.com. Now, what happening, right? I found the issue. Whenever is applying domain name in this function, we are supplying in the SQL query. Now, if you are passing any dynamic values, you have to make the placeholder as single quotes. The placeholder as single quotes. Okay. Now, what happens? What of Flipkart.com I'm passing here, it will go and filter from the particular column and give the results. Now, just hit run button and click on submit. Now you can able to see the dashboard results. Let's scroll over. Yeah. Now you can able to see the dashboard results. You can see total estimated values as well as month. Now we can able to see Jan. I can show here like this. Just close this window. Now we can able to see January, April, May, March, February, June month is there. Okay. Now these are the month columns in x-axis and the total estimated visits in the y-axis. Now, if you drill down and each month, you can see total estimated visits equal to 212.2311 million. For April month, it's 186 million. May month, 196 million. March month, 193 million. February month, it is 170 million. And finally, like June month, it's 177 million. Now you can able to see the hit rate of the huge values. And then, though you are making the human data format, and then the compact hit rate will be 3.79 million. We are just rounding off and making it 3.7 millions. And then your data as service project can make a maximum of 3.7 million daily hits of for flipkart.com. Now, if you increase the politeness percentage, just I'm keeping like 40 percentage. Now click on submit. Now you can see there is a variation in the hits as well. Now you can see that January month 212, and then February month you can see 170 million. Previously it was around 190. Now you can able to see 170 million. Okay, when you have more content, the abusive content, what happened? The hit rate will be keep on decreasing. Okay, none of the viewers won't come and see your websites because that much of abusive content or content you have. That's what they're saying is the compact rate will be 15.2 million now. 15.2 million. Okay. Now this is how you can able to build the dashboard. I am just printing. It's recommended to follow the politeness policy 10%. Like using some success function. For that, I'm writing message like this. I'm passing test input as flipkart.com. You can pass any domains. Amazon.com. Okay, if you are passing Amazon.in, let's see whether results in the table or not. Yeah, Amazon.in also there. Okay, you can see 29.4 million. And then .com. Now you can see 56 million. Okay. IN means India. Com means global wise. Okay. And then what we can see. What we can see apart from Amazon, Flipkart.
Sir, eBay.
eBay. Let's give a try of eBay. Yeah, you can see the eBay as well. 16.7 million. Okay. Just I'll make it as 10. Just click the results. Politeness policy. 15.4 million. Okay, good. Now, any domain?
Snapdeal, Meesho.
Snapdeal. It's saying Snapdeal. Let's see. Yeah, Snapdeal also there. Meesho, right? See, you can see the hit rate. It's coming thousands, right? It's coming thousands. K means thousands. Now, Meesho, right? Meesho. Is it correct? MWSHO, Meesho. Let's check in the online itself. Yeah, it's Meesho.com. Let's check. Yeah, you can see some hit rate. And the sound 61K. Okay. Like this, you can see all the hit rates because they're correcting the all the domains. Any website apart from the Meesho.com? Mintra. Yeah, we can have the data from Mintra as well. It's 1.2 million hit rate. Okay. Yeah, now we can have this application, and then you can see the hit rates, and then you can see the compact hit rate. And then if you're passing any other invalid input, just say pass some invalid inputs, guys. Let's see. Now you can see there's no data. You can see, right? Enter. Please enter. Valid input. Okay, that's what it's giving the error for us. Cannot convert float data into integer because we're giving the wrong inputs. We don't have a Mintra tools. Just hit the submit button. Okay, now we can see the results. Guys, I'm going to close the session right now.